There are games that are practically mandatory because they're perfect and every gamer needs to know them. More than just simple entertainment, they bring epic stories, intense challenges, and moments that have left a mark on the world of gaming. Today's video is exactly about that. Legendary games that deserve to be on every player's list, whether you're already familiar with them or about to experience them for the first time. In this selection, I bring you 20 games that transcend time and remain essential. These are titles that still surprise and captivate, reminding everyone why they've become landmarks in the gaming universe and why they're worth every second of gameplay. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring daily content so you won't miss any detail from the gaming world. If you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd really appreciate it. From one gamer to another. Kicking off our list, we have a game that doesn't get mentioned often, but delivers a breathtaking experience. The Saboteur takes us to the heart of occupied Paris, where its noir style sets the tone for an intense narrative of revenge and resistance. Roaming the streets, scaling buildings, and confronting enemies creates a unique atmosphere with that adrenaline rush that only those who've played it truly understand. With each mission, it feels like we're defying the impossible, immersed in a war-torn environment that's both dark and beautiful. The gameplay blends stealth action with intense confrontations, letting the player choose between careful infiltration or direct action. This dynamic makes every mission a dance between danger and cunning, a rare balance to strike. And the best part as you progress, the city gains color and life, mirroring the growth of the resistance. This visual detail makes each victory feel especially rewarding. The game nails the setting and mechanics. The engaging soundtrack and the contrast between black and white, which gradually turns to color, make the environment even more striking. The freedom to explore this faithfully recreated Paris is a real treat for fans of open-world games. Every corner reveals new possibilities, and you can't resist exploring every nook and cranny. Next up, we have an unforgettable high-seas adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. This game takes you to the heart of the Caribbean, exploring islands, fighting pirates, and navigating dangerous and mysterious waters. The environment is rich with detail, from the crystal-clear waters to the bustling ports and towns. The sensation of commanding a pirate ship, leading your crew, and facing storms is captivating from the start. In terms of gameplay, it offers a naval combat experience that's simply spectacular. You can customize your ship, upgrade weapons, and engage in epic battles against enemy fleets, all with an impressive fluidity. The freedom to explore islands and uncover hidden treasures brings a sense of discovery and achievement with each new location. Sailing the Caribbean waters, singing with the crew, and facing enemy vessels creates a cycle of adventure and strategy that never grows old. What truly sets this game apart is how it combines the life of a pirate with the story of the assassins, maintaining a balance between exploration and narrative. The stunning landscapes and the sound of the ocean make it easy to lose yourself in this vast world. Each place you visit brings new stories and challenges, making you feel like you're truly the captain of your own fate. In third place, we have the iconic Bioshock Series, a milestone that revolutionized narrative and world-building in gaming. From the moment you step into the dark, submerged city of Rapture, you're welcomed into a claustrophobic world full of mystery. The mix of sci-fi and psychological horror creates an intense and immersive atmosphere, with an aesthetic that impresses and characters that provoke deep thoughts on power and ethics. Every detail of this forgotten city beneath the ocean adds to an immersion that's hard to find in other games. In terms of gameplay, the series allows players to explore a variety of unique powers and weapons while facing disturbing creatures and intelligent enemies. A major highlight is the ability to use extraordinary powers, such as fire or electricity manipulation, which completely alters combat dynamics. The freedom to choose different approaches to solve conflicts allows each player to create their own playstyle, adding strategy and creativity to every encounter. Another standout feature is the multifaceted storytelling, blending philosophy and action in a captivating rhythm. The deep dialogues and the ethical choices the player must face make this series unique and thought-provoking. In both Rapture and later in Columbia, every corner hides a new story to uncover, a piece of a larger narrative that becomes more intriguing as you progress, offering a journey that makes you think and absorb every detail of this dystopian universe. In fourth place, we have God of War 3, a masterpiece that took action games to another level. Set in a mythological Greece, players find themselves in colossal battles against legendary creatures and ruthless gods. The brutality of combat is a spectacle on its own, with each strike and movement conveying a palpable sense of power and vengeance. This is one of those games where every battle feels grand, a true display of strength and courage. The combat system is impressively fluid, combining close and long-range attacks with weapons that are as impactful as they are creative. The boss battles are unforgettable, with scale and complexity that challenge players to think quickly and master their skills. Each fight is designed to be an epic sequence, where every blow, given and received, seems to tip the scales of the unfolding story. The game also dazzles with its visuals and environments, featuring crumbling temples, deep ravines, and mythical creatures that seem to leap off the screen. The setting transports players to an ancient world where everything feels massive and unforgiving. It's impossible not to feel part of this intense and tension-filled journey, with a gripping narrative that blends revenge and honor, making players reflect on how far they would go to achieve their goals. In fifth place, we have the Uncharted Trilogy, a masterclass in adventure and exploration that redefined the genre in gaming. From exotic landscapes to lost cities, players embark on a journey filled with twists and discoveries that captivate from start to finish. The feeling of being in an action movie is constant, with cinematic scenes and heart-pounding chases, along with a protagonist whose charisma and bravery win the player's sympathy. The series' gameplay is extremely fluid, offering moments of combat, exploration, and puzzle solving, all seamlessly integrated. Climbing mountains, crossing cliffs, and escaping ancient traps bring that familiar thrill of big adventures. Each slide or jump feels like a risk, as real as it is exciting, creating a unique rhythm that doesn't let the player rest for a second. What makes the trilogy special is how each location visited seems to have its own story, a vibe that sparks curiosity to explore every detail. The breathtaking landscapes, from dense jungles to inhospitable deserts, are visually stunning, while the plot uncovers secrets and challenges. The series invites you to live a true treasure hunt, where every step brings a new discovery and a new danger. In sixth place, we have Metro 2033, a journey that takes players into the dark, threatening tunnels of Moscow's metro in a post-apocalyptic future. In a world ravaged by radiation, humanity fights for survival in an environment filled with mutant creatures and constant threats. The oppressive atmosphere of the tunnels and the disturbing silence that fills each station creates a sense of vulnerability, making it clear that every move needs to be calculated. The gameplay is marked by tense combat and the constant management of scarce resources, where each bullet can mean life or death. The need to conserve ammunition and oxygen heightens the tension, forcing players to explore cautiously and think twice before facing the dangers ahead. This survival mechanic makes the adventure even more immersive, adding a new layer to the confrontations, where everything becomes a matter of strategy and emotional control. The setting, crafted with details reflecting human desperation and resilience, turns every metro station into a small microcosm of a fractured society. NPCs, with their stories of loss and hope, further enrich the narrative. With each step, it becomes clear that this is a world where the struggle for survival and humanity intertwines, immersing players in a reflection on the limits of hope amidst chaos. In 7th place, we have the Mafia series, which plunges players into the world of organized crime, offering a gripping narrative that mixes power, loyalty, and betrayal. The setting flawlessly recreates different eras of the 20th century, from the Prohibition era to the 1960s, with urban environments that capture the essence of each period. The feeling of being part of a mafia family is ever present, while players face moral dilemmas and moments of pure tension in the dark, dangerous streets of the cities. The gameplay blends action with a strong narrative, taking players on missions that require both precision and discretion. Intense gunfights, classic car chases, and interactions with figures from the underworld create a pace that unfolds like a true mafia movie. Each mission feels like a test of loyalty and courage, transporting the player into the heart of tough decisions and relentless confrontations. What stands out in the series is the development of complex characters and a plot filled with twists, where every decision seems to affect the future of the characters. The dialogues and interactions between the families deepen the story, offering a unique immersion into the world of crime. Each chapter pulls the player in further, exploring themes like honor and loyalty in a world where every move counts. In 8th place, we have Days Gone, which takes players into a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by fierce creatures and unexpected dangers. The environment is marked by dense forests, desolate roads, and abandoned cities, where silence hides constant threats. The sense of solitude and survival is palpable as players face hordes of infected, exploring every corner to find resources and track down dangers. It's a game where tension is ever present, making every moment in the wasteland a test of endurance. The gameplay focuses on survival in a hostile world, where planning and careful use of weapons and ammunition are essential to overcoming challenges. Riding a motorcycle, the main mode of transport, isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's an extension of the character itself, requiring maintenance and fuel. This detail adds a touch of realism, making every ride feel calculated, and the player feels the weight of every decision. Another standout feature is the brutal beauty of the scenery. The dense forests, snow-covered mountains, and barren landscapes create a contrast between untamed nature and constant danger. In 9th place, we have Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which takes us to a wild island full of mysteries and traps. This revitalized version of the franchise delivers a narrative packed with challenges, where players follow the journey of a young archaeologist in search of answers. The environment is rugged and untamed, filled with ancient ruins and untouched landscapes that conceal dangerous secrets. Each step is a discovery, and at the same time, an imminent risk, making the journey intense and captivating. The gameplay is smooth and filled with survival elements, where limited resources and the need to adapt to environmental challenges become key components. Exploring caves and forests requires attention and strategy, with the crafting of weapons and rudimentary tools making the adventure even more realistic. Another fascinating aspect is the raw beauty of the environments. Between mountains, deserted beaches, and ancient ruins, nature is portrayed in all its grandeur and hostility, making the player feel the weight of each challenge overcome. The world is not just a backdrop, but a living character that directly impacts the journey, turning every discovery into an achievement. In 10th place, we have Prey, a game that combines science fiction and psychological suspense in a striking way. Isolated in a space station, the player faces a mysterious threat lurking in every corner. The tension is palpable, with silent corridors and deserted areas, where every detail could conceal an unexpected danger. This atmosphere of uncertainty keeps the player on high alert, immersed in an environment that can surprise at any moment. The gameplay stands out for the freedom it offers in tackling challenges. With skills that can be adapted and upgraded, players can create their own playstyle, balancing direct attacks with careful approaches. Exploration requires creativity, as many obstacles call for ingenious solutions. Every new skill learned opens different paths, giving the player a range of strategies to move forward. The visual design is a spectacle, blending retro and futuristic elements in an engaging and intriguing way. Every space has its own identity, as if each room or corridor hides an untold mystery. This careful design makes the environment more than just a backdrop, creating a sense of constant discovery and a curiosity that drives the player to explore every nook and cranny in search of the secrets unfolding. In 11th place, we have Generation Zero, a game that transports players to an alternate 1980s Sweden, overrun by hostile robots. The environment is vast and desolate, with abandoned villages, dense forests, and deserted roads that reinforce a feeling of isolation. Every corner of this landscape holds an air of mystery, as players venture forward in search of answers about what caused the mechanical invasion, facing unexpected challenges along the way. The gameplay centers around survival, where planning and strategy are crucial for facing powerful enemies. Resources are limited, and the player must carefully choose what to carry, balancing weapons, ammunition, and healing items. The game grabs attention with its unique and nostalgic visuals, blending the tranquility of the Swedish countryside with the threat of combat machines. This contrast between beauty and hostility makes every incursion into the invaded territory a memorable adventure. In 12th place, we have Sable, a game distinguished by its unique aesthetic and introspective atmosphere. Set in a vast alien desert, players embark on a journey of self-discovery, exploring mysterious ruins and surreal landscapes. The absence of combat allows the focus to be entirely on exploration and contemplation, where every location visited offers a sense of calm and wonder that's rare in other games. The gameplay primarily involves free exploration, climbing, and navigating the environment using a hoverbike, essential for covering large distances. Players are encouraged to carve their own path, without a fixed route, meeting unique characters and solving small puzzles. The game is stunning, with an artistic direction that resembles a moving illustration, rich in colors and shapes that capture the essence of the alien world. This contemplative rhythm, combined with the detailed world design, invites players to experience an adventure driven by curiosity and the desire to discover. In 13th place, we have Gravity Rush 2, a game that defies the laws of physics and offers a unique approach to exploration. Set in a charming floating city, the player immerses themselves in a world where gravity can be manipulated at will. This innovative mechanic allows for gliding through the air, running on walls, and facing enemies in unexpected ways, creating a movement and combat experience that few games can provide. The gameplay involves creative use of gravitational abilities to solve puzzles, explore detailed environments, and confront adversaries. Every battle and challenge takes full advantage of the freedom of movement, requiring both agility and strategy. This dynamic use of the environment gives a sense of lightness and fluidity, making every action in the game rewarding, while also providing unmatched control over the surrounding world. The game is a true work of art, with a vibrant color palette and striking character design. The floating city and its surroundings are rich in detail, from bustling markets to hidden villages, creating a world full of life and personality. This diverse and visually impactful environment makes each exploration a unique journey, where creativity and style blend to create an unforgettable adventure. In 14th place, we have Red Dead Redemption 2, a masterpiece that takes players to the heart of the Wild West with an impressive attention to detail. In this vast, immersive world, players live as an outlaw, facing moral challenges, relentless enemies, and a nature that demands respect. Every setting, from snow-capped mountains to desert plains, is recreated with care, transporting players to an era of struggle and survival where every choice can have consequences. The gameplay blends intense action with moments of contemplation, with main and side missions intertwining in a deep narrative. The combat system is fluid, But the game also encourages players to stop and observe, interact with unique characters, and make decisions that shape the course of the story. This balance between action and narrative turns each mission into an important part of a saga that is both personal and epic. The level of realism and immersion is a standout, with mechanics that require attention to detail, such as caring for horses and weapons. Interaction with the environment and the town's inhabitants feels organic, making players truly feel they are living the story of an outlaw. Red Dead Redemption 2 offers a complete experience, where every journey through the vast Wild West territory is a chance to live a memorable and unforgettable story. In 15th place, we have The Last of Us, a powerful narrative set in a devastated world where survival and human relationships take center stage. Players are thrust into a post-apocalyptic setting, where every explored area, from abandoned cities to dark forests, reveals the remnants of a lost civilization. The atmosphere and the details of each location tell stories on their own, immersing the player in an ambience of desolation and hope. The gameplay is intensely focused on survival and planning, with limited resources and tense combat that demands precision and care. Every bullet and supply found can be essential for the next fight, creating a dynamic where every confrontation is a strategic decision. Interaction with the environment and the use of objects found along the way offer creative and varied options to overcome challenges. The narrative and characters are the true heart of the game, exploring themes like loss, sacrifice, and the power of human connections. As the journey progresses, dialogues and interactions deepen the bond with the protagonists, making each plot advancement a moment of tension and emotion. This balance between story and action makes this adventure something that transcends the ordinary, creating an intense and unforgettable journey. In 16th place, we have Sekiro, an adventure that challenges players with precise combat and a setting inspired by feudal Japan. Taking control of a warrior seeking redemption, players explore villages forgotten by time and ancient temples, facing formidable enemies in a world that blends nature and history. The journey is full of symbolism and challenges, where each area brings a new layer of mystery and tradition. The combat system is intense and demands skill, rewarding patience and attention to detail. Rather than frantic attacks, players must focus on precise parries and counters in a rhythm that is almost like a dance. Every battle is a test of reflexes and strategy, where a single wrong move can be fatal. This unique approach ensures that each confrontation with an adversary is a trial of persistence and control. The world building stands out, with an environment full of authentic details that transport players to an era of legends and honor. Each area explored reveals more about the context and stories that permeate this universe, creating an atmosphere of mystery that encourages players to keep moving forward. This balance between rigorous action and a world rich in culture makes the journey memorable, where every step feels like an achievement. In 17th place, we have Pathologic 2, a game that challenges players with a unique and immersive approach to survival and morality in times of crisis. In a strange and decaying city, players are thrust into a dark environment where a devastating plague threatens every corner and interaction. The dense and gloomy atmosphere creates a sense of urgency and isolation, transporting the player to a place where every choice can have profound consequences. The gameplay puts the player in front of tough decisions, with scarce resources and constant challenges. Every new day requires managing health, hunger, and exhaustion, while interacting with characters also struggling to survive. Each resource found, whether food, medicine, or a weapon, is precious, requiring strategic decisions on what to prioritize. Where every decision not only reflects survival, but also ethics and the cost of continuing amidst chaos. In 18th place, we have Bulletstorm, a game that delivers an extra dose of adrenaline with its irreverent and action-packed approach. On a hostile planet full of dangers and destructible environments, players are encouraged to turn every confrontation into a spectacle of creativity. The scoring system rewards players for defeating enemies in unusual and brutal ways, from throwing them onto spikes to using them as targets in an acrobatic show. The bolder and more creative the player, the more points they earn, unlocking new abilities and advantages to keep experimenting with combat. Combat in Bulletstorm is not just about defeating opponents, but about doing so in style, with a variety of unique weapons and the ability to use the environment to your advantage. Players can improvise devastating attack sequences. Each punch, kick, or shot can be combined to maximize the effect and score higher. This mechanic challenges players to step out of their comfort zone, exploring new tactics and using the surroundings as a true creative arsenal. The colorful setting and the sharp humor of the narrative blend perfectly with the exaggerated tone of the action. Sarcastic dialogues and unusual situations make the game even more enjoyable, maintaining an irreverent atmosphere. The encouragement of creativity turns each battle into a chance to innovate, making players try absurd and surprising approaches, where the rule is to use imagination and turn destruction into a true game. In 19th place, we have Zelda Link's Awakening, an adventure that mixes mystery and charm on an island full of secrets. Players take on the role of a hero exploring a vibrant world, filled with strange creatures and intriguing puzzles. Every area of the island presents challenges that require both logic and skill, encouraging players to uncover the environment, discover special items, and solve puzzles that open new paths. The gameplay combines exploration and combat in a classic mix, but with an approach that breathes new life into the genre. Moving across the map and discovering new abilities and weapons makes each stage unique, where every item found has an essential use to tackle challenges. With each advancement, players encounter eccentric characters and unexpected places, where creativity is needed to solve situations and progress. The charming art direction invites exploration of every corner of this detailed universe, with environments designed to convey a sense of magic and nostalgia. Each location reveals a touch of personality, making the island feel like a living place full of stories. This balance between adventure, exploration, and discovery makes the journey immersive and engaging, driving players to explore every detail of this mysterious world. Next, we have Borderlands 2, a game that redefines the first-person shooter genre with its irreverent style and frantic action. Players are taken to the chaotic world of Pandora, where each mission is a mix of intense combat and unpredictable situations. With a narrative full of humor and sarcastic dialogue, the game creates a unique atmosphere where every encounter with enemies and characters is full of personality and surprises. The gameplay encourages the use of a vast array of weapons, each with its own effects and characteristics, allowing for creative combinations to eliminate foes. The combat structure is frenetic, and the game rewards players who experiment with new weapons and strategies, making each battle a new opportunity to explore the insane arsenal available. The choice of specific skills adds an extra layer of customization, allowing players to tailor their fighting style. Pandora is a vast, lively territory with inhospitable locations and landscapes that reflect the brutality of this universe. From arid deserts to abandoned industrial areas, each space is populated by creatures and challenges that keep the adventure's pace intense. This vibrant and dangerous world invites players to dive headfirst into a journey of pure action and sharp humor, where the unexpected is always lurking. And now, tell me, which of these games have you played, and what did you think? And which ones did you not know about but now feel like trying? Also, tell me if there's a game you think everyone should play at least once. Leave your suggestion in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on all the news from the gaming world and never run out of games to play. I'm leaving a link to another selection of games you need to know about, and I'm sure you'll find something that will surprise you. Just click to watch. A big hug, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.